Welcome back to Just Ranked. I'm Jimmy. I'm here with the other Norms. We got Dink, Joe, and Chris. And get the other stuff out of the way, visit justrankedpod.com. There's a nice little landing page where you can see all our video content, our audio content. Hit like, subscribe, hit the bell like AC/DC, and let us know that you watched by leaving us a comment. We love to interact with you. All right, so Just Ranked is a weekly podcast where we take a topic and we rank our 4 favorite of that topic. This week, we have possibly the strangest topic yet, but a fun one. It is debut albums, not songs, from the time frame of 2000 to 2010, technically 2009. So 2000 to 2009. This is a really crazy time period for music. I'm just going to name off some of the genres from 2000 to 2009. Starts with teen pop. Boy bands carried over from the 90s. We got trance. We got house. We got reggaeton. Garage rock. Revival, dubstep, Britpop, hip-hop, crunk, alt-hip-hop, new metal, yeah, pop-punk, emo, indie rock, etc., fucking etc. There are so many subgenres and genres within a genre, within a subgenre, within a pour. It's just too much. We're just talking about all of the music from this time period, 2000 to 2009. Real quick, I'm going to name some of the phenomenal artists who have become mega stars with their debut album from this time frame. I'm going to start with Adele, Pink, Lady Gaga, Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, Tay-Tay, Maroon 5, One Direction, 50 Cent, Nelly, Kanye, whether you like Kanye or not, his debut album was that time period. We have Lana Del Rey, Hailstorm, Disturbed, Little Big Town for the country fans, Lady A, otherwise known as Lady Antebellum. There was also a big TV show that happened during this time period, American Idol. And a lot of their winners, top 10 contestants, did have debut albums. Just a handful of them here. We had Chris Daughtry, Catherine McVie, David Archuleta, Hudson, Underwood and Clarkson, obviously taking on the biggest rewards from their wins. Is there any CanCon that I forgot, Dink?
Yeah, lots. Avril, my name here, Skater Boy. Avril Lavigne, Nelly Furtado.
Yeah.
Default, Billy Talent, Hot Heat. Metric.
Justin Bieber.
Bieber, yeah.
Drake,
right. Yeah, so
Arcade Fire, who I was a big fan of Arcade Fire.
Yeah, nice. Arcade Fire.
I didn't know they were CanCon. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Montreal. I think they're from Montreal.
Arctic Monkeys, was their debut in the
Arctic Monkeys, yes, we're also there. I think that's it I can think of.
Yeah, well, there's so many different artists.
Well, there's one I left off, but it's on my list.
Okay, well, you'll tell us about that in just a little bit coming up then. So, I mean, that's my intro. I wanted to talk about the genres, subgenres, all of the amazing talents that came out of this time period that have risen above everyone else and become megastars. So I'm going to pass it off real quickly to Joe or Joe Nut. Go ahead, Joe. The show's yours.
Quickly, am I supposed to hurry up with my list? Or?
Yes, now.
Speed along. The Canadians have to speak.
Immediately and move on.
The Canadians want to speak.
I approached this list originally by what were the ones important in history.
Okay.
And I didn't like it. I'm like, this isn't me. This feels like me trying to spew out some computerized thing of what happened in those 10 years. And so I had to throw that away. What's it?
Much like the genres of this time period.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much, yeah. So I went with the bands, the albums I'm still listening to.
Okay,
So
I did the same thing.
there might be one in here you've never heard
Same.
before.
Did the same
There might
thing.
be a couple in here you've heard before, like, okay, all right. And there might be one you're like, really? I've heard of them, but really? And that's probably my number 4.
Really? I didn't know they were a band.
Number 4 is number 4. No, number 4 is from 2003. It's the band Jet, the album Get Born.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, it was on my long list. Yep.
I forgot about them.
This album was fighting for 4 or 5 with a couple of others. We'll probably get into the after show or something about. I hit again. Of course, when we revisit these lists, you think about all these bands, you listen to the albums, right? And you're like, nah, goddamn, it's still a good fucking album. So this song was still number 4, even though it beat out a couple of two of my favorite bands of all time. Again, released in 2003, September 2003, produced by Dave Sardy, who also worked with like Oasis, Marilyn Manson, Slayer, Red Hot Chili Peppers, a whole slew of bands. The album sold over 4 million copies. It was a big hit at the day. It hit number 26 in US Hot 100, number 49 in Canada, and number 68 on the Dutch charts.
Yes.
Nice.
You need to have a Dutch sign popping up on the video.
I think a couple episodes ago, I did like the Dutch
flag.
anthem.
Oh, yeah, Dutch
anthem.
flag. Yeah, or anthem. Yeah, sorry.
And the Dutch. What?
But if you're not aware, their hit songs were off of Are You Gonna Be My Girl? That was probably the biggest one. Then you, of course, you had Roll Over DJ. And then my favorite, literally one of my favorite songs of all time, not just from them, but all time, Look What You've Done. I love that song. But yeah, Are You Gonna Be My Girl? It was probably the breakout anthem. Like you still hear it on the radio, still hear it on streaming, popping up every now
iPhone
and then.
commercials.
Yeah. It actually topped Billboard's modern rock charts of 2003. So there you
Yeah,
go.
it was huge.
Famously, and probably got really big because it was using Apple's 2003 iPod. Remember those things?
iPod. I thought it was iPhone commercial. Yeah.
Yep. So also Roll Over DJ didn't hit the charts really in the United States or Canada, but hit UK top 40. Look What You've Done is a piano ballad. It hit top 20 in Australia, top 30 in UK. Not really so in the North America, but I consider this the most Beatles-esque non-Beatles song of all time because it is a Beatles ripoff. This entire album is an homage to the Beatles. Why you say that? Well, because if you listen to Look What You've Done, every movement, every section is a completely different era of the Beatles. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
The album cover of Get Born is an homage to the Beatles' Revolver album cover. So
The best album.
In fact, their name Jet comes from Paul McCartney and the Wings.
Oh,
The song Jet. So yeah. Then in fact, the album title Get Born references the lyric Get Born, Keep Warm from Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues. So everything is an homage to another thing. So a lot of Beatles, but there's some Rolling Stones homages in their songs. There's obviously some Bob Dylan stuff, not only with the songs, but also with the covers and titles and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I will say Cameron, the guitarist Cameron Muncie, he has a way to play the blues that doesn't sound cliche and overdone. And that's one thing I think they kind of lost it in the next album, but this album, he really is hitting on all these great chords and melodies with his guitar. I really love it. Also, if you didn't know this, the fifth Beatle, longtime Beatles keyboardist Billy Preston, played keyboards on this album.
Oh, wow.
So they went all in on the Beatles on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my number 4. Get Born by Jet.
Good.
Nice.
I remember having the CD. I do like a couple of their songs on it, but not enough to put the album on my list.
Yeah.
But I'm also not a Beatles fan. And I get what you're saying. It has a Beatles feel. So some of the songs have a Paul McCartney feel.
Definitely.
Right? Like sound.
Yep.
But I did like their hits.
Yeah, I'm the same way, and it was on my long list, but I guess I never made the Beatles relation there, or I might have not even same kind of thing as you, Chris. I might have not considered it as much. I don't know. I would have been like, no.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because even before the show, I was listening to the album again, and Look What You've Done came on, and my wife just got home, and she goes, "Wow, this is Beatles." I'm like, "Yeah." I said, wait for the next part, like the bridge. And she's like, oh my God, that's more Beatles. I'm like, yeah. So even she knows.
Crazy.
So, yeah, that's my number 4.
Nice. Yeah, they a common theme lately in the last couple shows. This band has gone by me, and I only know that one big song.
And like I said, their next 2 albums after this were they're okay, but they're not what this album was. This album was like I think one of those bands, unfortunately, that they're really good creative juices were all built up and put on this album.
Or they had a bunch of years to polish that turd.
That too. Yep. That too. Yeah, definitely. They always say that it takes forever to make the first album. And second album, you got in a weekend, So
yep.
I remember spending money on the first album, but not so much on the next 2 albums.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Correct. My number 3 is probably me somebody else's list, but I could not ignore this album. It's a super group. There's quite a few super groups in the early 2000s.
Yep.
Yes.
2 of them are on this list.
Okay.
My first one's number 3 is Audioslave by Audioslave. Their 2002 debut.
Oh, good. I'm glad you had it because I cut it. Is that why you're shooting too, Jimmy?
No, it just wasn't on my list.
Oh, okay.
Me neither.
I couldn't. I'm okay. I'm surprised. That's great because again going through this list, I'm like, God damn, it's such a good fucking album, especially for being a band that's essentially 3/4 of Rage Against the Machine, right?
Yeah. Right.
And then it's a new singer, right? I mean, that's pretty much what it is, but a completely different sound. They don't sound like Rage.
Yeah.
They don't really sound like Soundgarden. I mean, probably some of the stuff because obviously Chris is doing a lot of the writing.
That's Chris's voice, though. Yeah, no, but they don't sound like Soundgarden's playing on it. It sounds like Chris is doing
Tom
solo
Morello's
stuff.
not doing the noise leads like he was with Rage.
Correct.
He was actually playing guitar.
That is correct. Obviously, the album was produced by Rick Rubin.
Imagine that.
He is the one that suggested Chris Cornell to the band. And after their first jam session, Tom Morello said he stepped on, or Chris stepped on the microphone and sang the song. I couldn't believe it. It didn't sound good. It didn't sound great. It sounded transcendent. Like we won the lottery.
I mean, they kind of did.
They kind of did, yeah. Because ironically enough, Chris was actually working on his own solo album, his second solo album at the time. And then when they said, hey, you want to do this? He's like, okay, sure. And he kind of put that on the back burner and did this thing. And he goes, I'll jam with you guys and see what happens. The band was originally called Civilian. And he even cut a set of demos under that name and then later switched it to Audioslave, which I think is a way better name.
I agree.
Yes.
In fact, of those demos, May 2002, 13 of those demos leaked online before the album's release. Chris Cornell was so upset, they actually quit the project, quit the band.
Wow.
3 guys, talked to him, got him to come back. But he was upset because not the songs leaked because they were the unpolished demo versions. And and actually, I think I have a couple by mistake. I think I downloaded them because thinking they were the regular songs and they weren't way back in the day,
Get them from LimeWire?
Probably, yeah.
With a virus for your
or
computer.
Kazaa.
Using the
Kazaa, another
garbage.
one too. Kazaa was a big thing on the Mac. Let's see. It's actually the album sold over 4 million copies, 3 million in the US alone. So it was US heavy.
Yeah.
It hit number 7 in the US Hot 100, number 6 in Canada, and number 30 on the Dutch charts. It's weird now. I don't know if I notice them more now, but whatever reason, the Dutch charts are becoming easier to find. I don't know what it is.
You bastards got me looking at it all the time. I'm like trying to not look at it. I'm like, oh, there's the Dutch again.
And most of the time it shows up the Dutch charts. It doesn't show up Netherlands. It just says the Dutch.
Right. I'm finding it in both. Who is the one that started this Dutch stuff?
I don't know. We have to go back and watch all our shows.
Yeah, go back and if somebody knows, put it in the comments.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Chris and the Dutch.
And the Dutch.
No, I don't think it was. It was when Joe brought up the quote from Michael Caine from the Mike Myers thing.
I think I put in the
one
show.
Thing I can't stand, or 2 things I can't stand, and the Dutch.
Yeah, people intolerant of other people's cultures and the Dutch.
And that was like 20 episodes.
And then I think I repeated it the next episode or something.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sorry to hijack. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I'm sure somebody knows. They can put it in the comments on YouTube or whatever. That'd be great. But obviously, it's known for the songs "Cochise," "Like a Stone." It's probably their most successful song, right? "Show Me How to Live," which that's probably the most Soundgarden-ish song.
Right.
But
Yes.
again, that's a Chris song, right? "I Am the Highway" and "You Are What You Are." So those are the big songs. But again, nice cohesive album that doesn't sound like a supergroup and doesn't suffer from what most supergroups do, which is one good song and a bunch of songs.
Right.
I mean,
it didn't hurt them to be, what was it, on the end of Ragnarok or Guardians of the Galaxy?
Avengers 2.
Avengers 2. It didn't hurt them at all to be there.
Right.
I actually take that back. No, Avengers 2 was actually Soundgarden.
It was the end credits, and it was like
Was
a
it?
stone. So I
Okay.
want to say
Must have been later than that then. You're probably right.
Ragnarok. No,
Okay.
no, it couldn't have been. I don't know. Anyway,
If you know, again,
Marvel
put it in
money.
the comments.
They got Marvel money.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That solves a lot of problems, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, again, one thing I like about this album, like I said, it does not sound like a supergroup album. I mean, it just sounds like a brand new band that sounds familiar, and for all the obvious reasons that we've already said. So that's my number 3, Audio Slave from 2002.
Nice pick.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Like I said, I cut it not from dislike at all. Obviously, it was in serious consideration. Go back and watch our supergroup show, which was early on in our first 10 episodes, 4 or 5 or whatever it was. And I had Audio Slave on my list, right?
Yeah.
So it is significant in my life. And I think I said at that time something similar to you, Joe. They don't really sound like a supergroup. I think they sound, because of Chris, a little more like, even though there's more Rage than there is Soundgarden in the band, I think they sound more like Soundgarden.
Oh, they do.
Than Rage, right? Because of Zach's voice versus Chris's voice. And Tom plays a little bit different with Audio Slave than he does.
Much more laid back on this album, especially this album,
But that album is so good. There's so many, all those tracks you named are so good. Like, it's hard to not have it on this list when we're doing albums, because I try to break it down. I'm like, okay, I like this album. Because I was listening to less and less albums, like we talked in pre-show, because of downloading, sadly, versus buying. And okay, how many of these albums do I like 3 to 5 tracks versus was I cherry picking tracks with LimeWire and Napster, because Bear share all the virus places.
Right. Without viruses, it was our number 6 show that was released February 26th. Virus free. Go back. We'd love to see the numbers.
I'll also have the show linked in the show description as well. So.
Yeah, no, great pick. Great pick.
Has anyone ever had a pick where somebody goes, "That's an awful pick"?
Yes.
Have we
probably me, and you guys have kind of said it, but not really, because I've done country and
okay.
But no, none of us have ever really said that's a terrible pick.
Oh, no.
Maybe we've thought it.
That's dog shit.
Episode 7.
That's a great pick for you.
Ballads, where Joe said Great White was the worst fucking band ever. And how could you 3 pick one of those songs?
Yeah, no, you guys all pick Great White songs. It's like just hilarious. Just a slap on my face. It's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shows you what I know. I know nothing, apparently. So
check. It's been said.
Yeah.
I'm obviously the worst host of this show.
That's a great pick for you.
Oh, you remember those episodes, Dave? All right, carry on, Joe.
Okay, my number 2 is Right on the Line, baby. It's from 2009, and it's my other supergroup that made our supergroup show, and that is Chickenfoot.
Oh, nice!
It's their self-titled album, Chickenfoot. Of course, made up of Sammy Hagar, Joe Satriani, Michael Anthony, and Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Released June 2009. Producer Andy Johns. Again, he keeps coming up, man.
Love Andy Johns.
Yep, Andy Johns, and he's because previously he'd worked with Hagar and he'd with Van Halen, and he'd worked with Satriani on his own stuff. So I don't think he ever did any Chili Peppers. I think that's always been Rick Rubin or somebody else, right? I know.
No, it's been a multitude of people.
I know who was George Clinton produced their first 2 albums, I think so.
Barbiera was one of the producers.
But anyhow, the album hit number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100. A supergroup made up of Sammy Hagar and Joe Satriani.
And was it really Chad Smith or was it?
Yeah, it's Chad Smith on the album. Yep, it's Chad Smith. He
wasn't Will Ferrell.
He hates that. After the whole thing, he hates that now. He does. And so, like I said, it actually had a rock album. They hit number 4 on Billboard Hot 100, which is rare, especially at the time. Hit number 5 in Canada, and number 25. People where on the Dutch charts. It charted in over 10 countries. Not bad for a supergroup. I think from guys who probably weren't as big at the time as Audio Slave and the other supergroups at the time. I think I know,
right? Yeah, because I might have even mentioned it when you brought it up in the supergroup show. I'd have to go back and watch it myself. I think I missed them.
You got a case of Jimmy.
They're all well known themselves individually, and put them together. And I don't remember listening to them in 09. I was late to the party, late to the chicken party.
Me too. I was late
to
the chicken.
Well, the best part too is they also did something else I wanted to do, which was name, title, and album a numbered title that wasn't really the number. So their second album was titled 3, even though they had no number 2, as a joke, just purely as a joke.
Keep people guessing, right?
Yeah,
3. I thought this was number 2.
But at a time when rock acts weren't really charting, I think they kind of proved that people at the time still wanted rock, and that album sold. I think did better, and Sammy Hagar's talked about how much better that album sold because they did it as for fun than what any of them expected. And I think that's probably one reason why Chad Smith was part of it, because there was no ties to it. He's like, we're never going to play live. I think he played live with them what I could find 9 times. Everything else was Kenny Aronoff, which has always been everyone's sub.
Right.
Kenny Aronoff's an amazing drummer. So
Kenny Aronoff will play for food.
Yeah. And he's still playing with Hagar now. He has been playing with Hagar since
Best of Both Worlds band.
Yep.
He replaced Jason Bonham. Fuck off.
Jason Bonham, yep. And there's some discrepancy of why he got replaced, but anyhow. But like I said, for me, here's your dad pun coming. It was a best of both worlds. It was Joe Satriani and it was Sammy Hagar, one of my favorite vocalists. So
it really was.
And you throw in, I grabbed Chad Smith's amazing drummer, but you also throw in Mikey's background vocals. I mean, how could they not do as well as they did? So the highlights on the album for me are a Little Sex Thing, Oh Yeah, Running Out, Get It Up. Like I said, the early 2000s were made of supergroups. You had Velvet Revolver, Audio Slave, which we mentioned before, Them Crooked Vultures for me, which was fighting up for my number 4 spot. That album,
John Paul Jones, man.
Yeah, the album was. I was like cutting off an arm when I couldn't bring up that album. It couldn't make my top 4. Anyhow. Actually, the name Chickenfoot started out as an inside joke while they were jamming before the band was even official. They were just jamming as friends. They thought it was so funny. They thought they just had to use it. So Hagar said, "We figured if people would buy a band called Led Zeppelin, they'd accept Chickenfoot."
Wow. That's funny, actually.
Like I said, Kenny Aronoff played drums for them most of the time live, and the photographer for the album art, Bryan Adams.
I was just going to say that as a joke. Oh my God, really?
Bryan Adams. Yep.
CanCon.
Yeah, I was going to say, was it Bryan and his camera? But
yeah, it was Bryan and his camera.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
That's my number 2, 2009 Chickenfoot, self-titled album.
Love it. I almost wore that shirt today.
Good thing you didn't. People would think that we actually talk about our picks before we do the show. This is my number 1. We'll probably throw you guys for a loop because you're like, really? Who the fuck is that? But of all the albums I was going through, this is the one I listen to the most still. It's a great album. It was only released in Japan. It only sold 50,000 copies.
Holy shit.
That can be found.
Is it Jizzy?
No, but wait. I'm not joking. There's a Jizzy reference in my notes for this album.
No.
Awesome.
Yeah. I swear to God. So the album title is Love from the band Drama Gods.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I don't even know if I know this.
The band Drama Gods is actually a Nuno Betancourt band.
Oh,
Post Extreme.
Yeah, okay.
2003. Extreme was long gone. Nuno had already released his solo album, Schizophonic. And then he had actually produced another album by himself under the name Population One. An EP was released in Japan. Then he got threatened to be sued because apparently there was a punk band named Population One way before he used. So he had to change the name. So he changed the group's membership and he changed the band's title to Drama Gods. But it also K-Fig, the drummer, who's also the drummer for Extreme, was also the drummer for not only Population One but also for Drama Gods as well. The band came out of ashes of Nuno's popular, previous bands. Unlike Population One, where Nuno played all the instruments on the album, the entire band had to say in the process of the writing the songs and playing on the album. So it's kind of, as Nuno said for the band, it's a new refresh, is a completely new band. But you think Nuno Bettencourt, you're not getting complicated guitar lines. You're not getting guitar flashy in here. You're not. You're getting lots of hooky vocal melodies, very little guitar solos. The guitar's not even focal point. There's heavier songs on here, but he's not playing complicated parts. He's not doing flashy solos. So the song's name is Love. The original title of the album, the original concept was going to be a double album. And the original title of the album, I shit you not, was going to be Love/Hate. No Jizzy included.
Wow. I mean, backstage, maybe.
Figured he should cut it down to a stronger cohesion. Several songs were left off, and he just called it Love.
Fair enough.
The album, if you like Extreme, you're going to get more of the same. You're going to get lots of kinds of genres. In this case, a little more of the time. So it's a very diverse album, but very coherent sound and very coherent feel. You can tell it's the same band, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
Drama Gods eventually broke up in 2004 when Perry Farrell asked Nuno Bettencourt to join Satellite Party, and to which he brought drummer K-Fig to play drums in Satellite Party. So that was the end of the band. Highlights include the songs Broken, Pilots, Heavy, Fearless Leader, Nice to Meet You, and Interface, and Megaton. Megaton's a catchy, really heavy. It opens up the album. It's very heavy. It's got this really deep voice. It kind of says the title of the song. Fearless Leader is interesting. It's one of the heaviest tracks on the album, but it's also got kind of a slightly industrial feel without sounding industrial. It's got these weird industrial sound effects to it, accompanied by like a 1960s keyboard. It's pretty cool. Nice to Meet You is probably my favorite song. It's a sing-along song. It's very easy vocal melody, very cool lyrics. Dink needs to check out the ballads Something About You and Interface. The one thing about the song Interface, he re-recorded for Extreme's 2009 album with Gary Sharon, and they redid the song and released it on that album. The band has a kind of a cult following. Didn't get a wide release, like I said. Didn't get charted in any country. The album was only sold in Japan and sold around 50,000 copies. And it was digitally released everywhere else in the world. So no one else. So to get a copy of this album is like expensive because they're all coming from Asia. But this is really truly one of my favorite albums of all time. I could not ignore it. And even though it's like no one's gonna know this band, this is by far my favorite album on this list.
That's awesome, man. I really don't know it, so I don't have a lot to add.
Yeah, I didn't expect you to know. Like I said, it's one album. It's a niche band, and it's a niche project. But
you love him, so it totally makes sense.
Well,
right?
And the songwriting is so good. It's very pop. It's not pop rock, but it's very pop rock. You know what I'm saying? Everything's got strong vocal melody. Everything's very hooky. It's made to be hits. Like I said, it's a very good album. Jimmy?
So, with your lists, if Prince is nowhere to be found, nom 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 Nuno.
That's kind of true, eh? There's no Prince in this time frame. So
well, I think it's how it's becoming. It's becoming Prince, Nuno, and then Jizzy.
Yeah, Jizzy's getting some serious.
I mean, together it is Jizzy. So, no, that's a good. You introduced those guys.
Check it out.
Yeah, and like you said, it is different. It is not, different, but still there's a semblance of the being of Nuno. But yeah that's a great pick.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like extreme. So if you're expecting extreme, it's not. It's very pop rock, even not without being pop rock of the day, of the early 2000s. So slightly grunge, slightly messy, but very hooky. Drama and Gods is one word, but yeah, it's still on streaming services. So check it out. That's my top 4. I kick it over to that guy.
That's a good list, man.
That was good.
Thank you.
Really good.
Yeah.
All yours, Dink.
Well, me, eh? Okay.
Blow me.
Yeah.
What?
So I don't really have a disclaimer other than I made a lot of cuts because some of the stuff genres you mentioned in your intro, Jimmy, and of course some of that GanCon that you asked about was heavily considered.
Yeah.
And then I went back and forth of what will Chris have and what do I really want to have. So it was a struggle within, if you will, Metallica. But anyway, yes. My number 4 was mentioned in your intro when you mentioned American Idol.
Okay.
So my number 4 is Daughtry's self-titled debut.
Okay.
I am a massive American Idol fan, so it wasn't a surprise. He wasn't a surprise to me. I knew who he was.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other people did that saw highlights of the show or whatever. And I watched the show right from the shitty auditions and the bullshit right to the end, pretty much every season, to the annoyance. And I used to watch it with my wife, and I think I even had my kids watching for a bit. But everybody in this house has broke up with it except for me. I still follow along. But anyway, yeah, his 06 debut I thought was awesome, and it was loaded with hits that got tons of radio play. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, and that's pretty impressive and he didn't even win. Like, he finished, I can't even remember where he finished, like 5th or 6th. Yeah, like
It was in top 3.
it was like the big shocker. Oh no, Daughtry's voted out, and then the judge is like, you got to vote if you want your person to stay. But it was probably better for him.
I was gonna say probably best world thing to happen for him. Yeah,
to not win, and well, you never know, right? Like his style of music, I don't think fit winning that because it's so pop laden. Really, like there hasn't been a rocker. And that's what made him so cool on the show. There's been a few guys that could rock, and you're like, they're never going to fucking win because there's a lot of younger crowd that watches the show. And you know, you have to wonder with any of these shows if they handpick the winner right from the beginning, but whatever.
Right.
But anyway, the major hits where it's not over, home, over you, what about now, all charted really highly. What I Want with Slash, even with his beating a chicken, killing a chicken guitar sounds.
Live and Let Die.
But all those songs showcase Daughtry's powerful vocals and songwriting, right? So that was what made, I think, the album really cool. I haven't ever seen him in concert. I know some friends that have seen him 3 or 4 times in concert, and the show is great. And I think over the course of time from this radio hits, which were still rock songs, debut album, he's got heavier, right? Like he's got some heavier stuff that he's done, and even the Separate Ways that he did with Lizzie Hale, that was heavier, right? Like, but anyway, it's like I said, the debut is a blend of rock and pop elements, is what I have in my notes here that you know kind of catered to both mainstream and rock audience. And a talent show contestant could transition into a successful recording artist, reshaping perceptions of all reality TV music shows. Because, like I said, most people, when you think of those shows, it's going to be a pop artist that wins it. So, or at least has a very successful career after. So he has kind of changed the perception of that. But anyway, that's it. That's my number 4. Daughtry.
Nice.
I got 2 points if you guys don't have anything.
Good.
All right. So you were talking about, that first album. When you were on American Idol, I was reading this up about 2 weeks ago. At least in the first 10 years, the first 10 seasons, if you make it to the top 10, you have to sign away 20 to 25% of your earnings and become a employee of American Idol. So when he released that Daughtry album, he was highly pressured to change a lot of the sounds because he was under contract
and it was too rock or too.
So you fast forward 10 years past that contract. He got way heavier. He had his own voice on that.
Do what I want to do, right? Like,
he did a lot of what he wanted to do. The second part of that, I lost it. It was really, really a good one. I'll come back to it.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
So
instant callback.
What led up to me finding that little nugget was shortly after being a top contestant and going on the road and having his own album, the band Fuel contacted him and wanted him to be
I
their
forgot to
singer.
put that in my notes. Right. They wanted him, right?
But the
really?
reason he didn't do it is because of his royalties and earnings going to American Idol. Fuel said, we're not going to give 25% of our money to American Idol. So let's revisit this in when your contract's over. So that's why that Fuel thing fell apart, is because of the contract with American Idol. That's how I found out about
the funny thing about that is because Fuel wasn't massive, but Fuel was bigger than him starting out. Now he's way bigger than Fuel.
Yeah,
so
I loved that album.
Now he's probably like, no, I'm good. No.
Yeah.
Oh, honestly.
I don't need.
I saw him a lot. I saw him live in 2016. So that's the year Prince died, right? So every act I probably saw 4 or 5 concerts that year. They're all doing their Prince tribute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Doctor is very good live, but it was weird because I'm not joking. Even the friends we were with and my wife were like, after every song, there was like 3-4 minutes of just dead silence. He'd go behind somewhere and he'd come back, hey, so anyhow, and like there wasn't like an audio problem or anything. He just disappeared for like 3-4 minutes and then come back.
He was doing this.
And then it was like literally like after every song, it wasn't like one song even bled into it. It was like one song done, 3-4 minutes of dead silence. And everyone kind of looked around like, what's going on? And then I will just say this. I'll try to be positive. We left when his encore was Purple Rain, and we were like, but yeah, otherwise him doing his stuff was really good.
I like his voice. And I have fun memories of going to visit Dink, and he'd be like, hey man, you're watching American Idol? No, I don't watch it. Listen to this. This shit's awesome. And he would play this and everything else that he loved.
Well, and I used to download because people would rip the audio from the show, right? And he did a really cool Walk the Line, like Johnny Cash on the show. And so I would have some of those, and they're like a minute long or less than a minute because you only have so long to perform, right?
Yeah. There's a period there where we were coming down like once a month or getting together once a month, and it would be like a solid hour of Dink playing me American Idol shit.
Right. Or Canadian Idol even. Like there was a bunch of Canadian Idol going on then too, right?
Yeah, and some of that was really good too. What was
that? Yeah, like because they would do some more Canadian content, right?
Yeah.
Like CanCon. Yeah.
That's a good pick, man.
Yeah, good pick.
Did you say CanCon? No, I said CanCon. Okay, my number 3 is CanCon. So my number 3 was changed today. I won't tell you what time today, but it was changed today. But my number 3 is 3 Days Grace's debut. Self-titled debut. May or may not have been changed right before the show started.
Production maybe? I love that thing.
Yeah, great album. Released in 2003. These guys are from Norwood, Ontario. They all grew up together, went to high school together. And Norwood, Ontario is just outside of Peterborough where Chris and I met and went to college. I drove through Norwood. I've probably driven through Norwood 1,000 times. That sounds ridiculous, but it is on my route from Peterborough to Belleville, the back way home, or really the only way home. It's a small nothing town, right? So they are probably the biggest things, unless there's a hockey player that's come from that town, but I don't think so. They're probably the biggest thing that's ever come from that town.
Yeah.
Really cool. So that's cool because it's very home for me. But yeah, this is a post-grunge. This is like good, solid alt rock, right? And when this album dropped and I Hate Everything About You came out, I was like, holy shit, this is good, right? And that's the huge track, obviously. And Just Like You is another great track off it. But Adam's voice is like the guitars, like it's a heavy band, but Adam's voice is so cool. Right?
Amazing.
And of course, he's back with the band in their new album, which is awesome.
And Saint Sonia was really good too. I did
really good, right?
I remember Saint Sonia being big on when I drove out to see Dink from Ontario to Winnipeg. Saint Sonia played big on my playlist when I was. I don't remember if you remember that when I got there. Like, have you heard this?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we probably had one of those nights when you got here. Well, we did a bunch of stuff when you got here, but we might have
really
Frank and hi, but
good times.
Oh, there was probably like, hey, have you heard this? Have you heard this? Because we haven't seen each other in a while, right? Like, let's put some music on and do our thing. But yeah,
but really, it's like I like Saint Sonia because they sound like 3 days. 3 days grace, right?
Right, and it's escaping me when it's not in my notes what they were called before that, because some of these bands, like say Finger 11, used to be called the Rainbow Butt Monkeys, and they have another name, and then they changed their name, and I think 3 Days Grace was called something else, and I didn't put it in my notes, but someone in I think one of our fans will put it in the notes.
Groundswell.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, Groundswell.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah. And I think that because they played probably small gigs all throughout Ontario before they really, really broke, right? But anyway, when they did break, this peaked at number 69 on the Billboard 200. That's pretty good. 69. Pretty good. And
how old were they? They were just out of high school, weren't they?
Or just finished high school, maybe. Like they weren't far into their 20s if they had hit 20, right? I think they were young.
Yeah.
They reached number 9 on the Billboard Top Heat Seekers. I didn't know you had that chart.
Short-lived.
About 1,000 different charts.
Right, climbing on the top 10 on both the mainstream rock and alternative songs charts. And certified platinum both Canada and the U.S., solidifying the band's status early on. And set the stage for future successes, which they did have, even with the other singer. Right, they still went on. I didn't follow them as much after Adam left, and now I'm all in on their new album. I think it sounds like it's cool that both of them swap out on songs, and it sounds
it's cool that they kept both singers.
And it sounds like really them, right? Together. It's just like, oh, it's so good.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, and they sound so good together.
Right.
I love the new album.
And I love Deftones, but it came out the same day, and I've only listened to Deftones twice through. I've listened to 3 Days Grace's new album a whole bunch of times.
Yep.
So anyway. But yeah, that's my number 3 pick is the 3 Days Grace debut.
Great pick.
Nice pick. Yeah, I like this.
It was on my list. On, off, on, off, on, off. So
yeah.
I'm glad I made it on playlist.
Just slide it on. I cut a major one, but I'm hoping that somebody else has the one I cut. So I'm pretty sure one of you two guys will have it. Yeah, just based on loose things, because we don't give away our picks, but because we beat all around it, I'm like, oh fuck. We try not to have samesies, but it's bound to happen, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I don't think anyone's having my next one of you two guys.
So it's not Drama Gods?
It's not Drama Gods. It is
not David Archuleta.
It is not, and there's no more American Idol. No, I'm sorry. It's not David Cook or David Archuleta.
Either David.
Lita Wise.
Right. It is not Lita Wise, but I loved Lita Wise. And Lita Wise is very chill now. I love Lita Wise. Good call.
He's a local guy here.
Is he? Oh, he's great. Oh,
really
he was so good on the show when he would do the Simon and Garfunkel, the boxer. Oh my God. Anyway.
I feel a little damp now.
Yeah, I watched the show. As soon as you said his name, I lit up like a Christmas tree.
We might have to pixel his fucking video before you
have to get a towel.
Save that for the OnlyFans.
But speaking of this person gives me a towel too. This is Alicia Keys. Songs in A minor. I love Alicia Keys.
Good album. Yeah, it's a great album, man.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my number 2, released obviously in 2001. And marked a significant moment in R&B pop music, blending elements of soul, jazz, and classical music. Debuted at number 1.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Certified multi-platinum with the lead single Fallen became a massive hit, reached number 1 as well, earning her first Grammy as Best New Artist. A Woman's Worth was also a huge track. How Come You Don't Call Me, Joe?
Is what? What is it?
As a Prince cover, also was a
very good cover. Very
you
good.
got
great
fucking
cover.
Prince in here. How the fuck did you get Prince into this?
I know. I know.
That's my job, damn it.
Sorry. But yeah, this album is so good. Like great storytelling, great piano, of course. I love her vocals. I think she's fucking beautiful. I fucking love her.
Yeah.
It's much like Mary J. Blige. It's her those two and that my wife bugs me about. All those are two girlfriends, right? Like,
so question: if you had a choice, who would you rather do, Alicia Keys or Jizzy Pearl?
I gotta go Jizzy. Like,
sounds guaranteed.
Hand to the Bible. I'm going Jizzy. Final answer. Come on, man.
Tell us that was a Mormon Bible, though.
But no, that's really it. Like I have a bunch of blah blah blah, but blends of styles and R&B and her unique sound and all this bullshit that I, as I was making notes but whatever. I've said anything that's important. This album is so good front to back. If you like that style, if you like R&B, I didn't list who she was up against for Best New Artist, but I'm sure it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
If the album debuted at number 1, like
that used to be the kiss of death back in the day. Whoever won Best New Artist you'd never hear from him again.
Right, like Hanson or something.
Bop.
Right.
She's got such a beautiful voice.
Oh, yeah, I love her voice.
Yeah.
Not a big R&B fan, but I do like her hits. Like I said before, somebody else was talking about her hits.
I thought I heard something else. Sorry.
HITS. Hits. Enunciation is
hits in the industry.
Very important.
Yeah, solid hits.
Yeah, I messed up. I could have saw her perform at Paisley Park.
Wow.
Wow.
But it wasn't announced. She just was there and she played with Prince, and I should have gone. I didn't go that time, and she played.
Oh, when she played Super Bowl, 5 or 6 years ago.
What was that?
Fully dressed in red, and I was like, "Oh, this is so good," right? And the halftime show is sometimes not.
Yeah,
and people, of course, online on Facebook or wherever, people, everybody's got opinions. So some people are bashing it, and I was like, I thought it was great. It's in my easily in my top 10 halftime shows. And I don't know what you're watching, Dink, but then I love her too. So I had to slow down my fingers on the keyboard on my phone because I was like, fuck you. But then I was like, no, I really like her. So that's
fuck you, Mom. I don't care what you think.
I don't give a shit what you think, Alva. I love her.
Ice pick in the door. Right. Bringing it back.
Right.
All the way back to episode 1.
I'm going to watch her hits.
That was Super Bowl 2024.
Was it that recent?
Really?
53.
Wow. Huh. Why was I thinking it was 4 or 5 years ago? Everything's
it's been a long, dude. It's been a long 9 months alone. Okay, so let's just say that.
No shit, but it's I think COVID kind of.
Yeah, how long ago was COVID when it?
Right, the COVID timeline fucked everything up, right? Like
it fucked everybody up too. I don't remember if something was 9 months ago, if it was 6 years ago. I have no idea.
I know. Yeah. People are like, "Oh, that was 2014." I'm like, "What? Wasn't that like 3 months ago?" No, reverse.
That's me. Yep.
I haven't been able to smell the color blue since COVID. So
I smell the red dress. Anyway, on number 1. On to number 1. Number 1 was a no-brainer. Number 1 could also be a samey for you guys because this was a significant, heavy album. I remember the moment I first heard Dave's voice. This is The Sickness from Disturbed. Released in 2000. I love this. I played. Yeah, Chris is about to crumple paper. Yeah. I played Stupefy before my wedding. It was one of the songs.
That's what I was gonna say. That's my memory, is being in a tux, ready to go to your wedding, sweating my ass off in the middle of August.
Oh yeah, cranked Finger 11, Drag You Down, cranked this, and cranked the Outside, the live version from the Family Values tour album, which also got consideration for this list. Anyway, I fucking love Disturbed. I've actually loved them all the way through. I have went in some waves of liking them, some albums more than others.
Yeah,
and it has become a little like, okay, yeah, okay, here we go with more Disturbed. Yeah, but still, as a whole, I love them, and this album still stands out from their entire collection, I think, as their best. And some people would argue, no, that they've gotten so much better in sound, but for me, it's all memory based too, because of that, because of my wedding, and because of Ian and I, our buddy who I've mentioned several times on this show, when I was going to his place, and it was just the beginning of Napster, or might have even been before Napster, like chat groups and wherever he was downloading songs from and burning discs. And it was such a novelty, right? Like, I'll burn you some CDs. I'm like, oh, wow. Because we were still recording tapes. Yeah. I'm like, you're going to burn me a CD? Holy shit. And we stumbled upon Stupefy and together. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And then I kind of just dove in. I went out and bought the CD because it was released, I think, or not long after that. I think it was released in March of 2000. My birthday, actually, in 2000. I don't even have that in my notes, but I remember that. But anyway, I love the band. Debuted at number 29 on the Billboard 200. That's pretty good for some pretty fucking heavy shit and pretty acquired taste of the way he sings. Now, having said that, there was a huge fucking love affair when they covered Simon and Garfunkel. All of a sudden, everybody liked Disturbed. I'm like, oh, and people were like, oh, have you heard Disturbed? I'm like, have you heard Disturbed? I'm pretty sure you don't like Disturbed. You like this cover. Because if I play you something by Disturbed, because friends that didn't listen to this style of music at all, that's cool. Nice crossover for them, right?
They achieved what they wanted to, probably.
Yeah, and it's a cool cover, right? They do some really cool covers, right? Like, obviously, Tears for Fears Shout cover is on this album.
This album, yeah.
And they do
Sound of Silence.
Sound of Silence is the one I was talking about, but they do
Confusion.
Living After Midnight, Land of Confusion.
Land of Confusion's really good.
They cover U2. Whatchamacallit?
I'm surprised they haven't come with an album of covers yet.
Yeah, Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, Living After Midnight by Priest. So they do cool covers, right? But they're all kind of the same, minus the Simon and Garfunkel one. They're all kind of just heavy versions of that song, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they don't really change much. Yeah.
But anyway, that's kind of it. I had a whole bunch of other shit. Like Down with the Sickness was a huge song. It's kind of an anthem song now that played at a lot of places. Voices is a cool song. The Game is a cool song. Stupefy I loved. Kind of killed it for myself. But to me, their drums are fucking solid. And
Mike Lundgren.
Yeah, so good. And I had friends that met him on vacation, sitting at a bar, drinking, and asked him, like, what do you do? And like, just shooting the shit. He goes, oh, I'm a drummer for this band. They're like, oh, what band? And the guy's like, oh, I'm the drummer for Disturbed. And they're like, what the fuck? Because I was like, holy shit. I would have been like, oh man, can we get a picture together? Or
holy fuck.
Yeah, really cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
But anyway, that's it. Number one, Disturbed, easily for that 9-10 years.
Took it off my list.
3 months into those for 10 years, and that is it, right? Like, we could have just cut the rest of the decade off. Got my number one.
Yeah.
Had it on my list, took it off because I thought you were going to have it.
That seems to be a common thing in this.
Yeah. Well, you guys know each other, and Chris know each other, and I know each other. So certain topics we do, I always think, well, I guess Jimmy will have something heavy. Joe will have something around Prince or a unique voice or something we've never fucking heard of.
Or Nuno.
Or Nuno, right? Chris can have some Canadian. So when I'm getting Canadian stuff in there, I'm always thinking, will Chris have this?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, and I took this one off last night because I'm like, I started to realize, like, thanks, like your memory to it, because I'm like, yeah, fuck, that's a good memory, like the wedding. I'm like, wait, that's Stink's memory of the wedding. I'm like, he really loves this band. I like this band because he got me into this band.
Right.
Fuck, he's gonna have this band, right?
Yeah.
And like,
But I don't think Jimmy and I will hardly ever pick the same band. So
randomly here and there, but yeah.
Well, I think you might have had some Sting stuff that was the same, or right, or you both love Dream Theater, so there might have been some crossover there, right? But
we had Dream Theater.
Oh, that's right.
There's enough like heavy versus because Joe's more streams more to pop, right? Even though you like your rock, like
power pop,
power pop, right?
Well, with Disturbed, real quick, that the radio station I was talking about a couple episodes, KUPD in Arizona.
K-Pod.
Dave Pratt in the morning. He was the morning guy. And he goes, I found this. This was slid under my door. And I got to play it for you because this band is going to be fucking huge. And
that's awesome.
Stupefy jumped on and it was just like, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And I was a big time fan. This was on one of my versions of this list. Big fan of Disturbed. I moved to Illinois in 2001, so they were still kind of up and coming. And there was a local bar called the Rock House. It's now a laundromat. Right? And we used to hang out with 3 musicians there. One was, Fuzz, the original bass player for Disturbed, Derek from Enough's Enough, and Doug Aldrich, of all people. Wow. So we would just hang out there on weekends and shoot the shit. And, we never talked to, hey, tell me about Fly High Michelle or tell me about The Sickness. They were just really cool people. Fuzz had some issues, so that's why he was let go of Disturbed. And I don't remember the new bass player's name, but I've always loved these guys. The last couple albums have been, like you said, kind of, but there was a time when they were kind of the premiere, the pinnacle.
They were, they worked themselves up to be like, right. You're right. Like
they were headliners on Ozfest for a while, weren't they?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. Once they became it, like everybody was like, that was into that style of music before they did covers that fucking the layman noticed. They were the shit, right?
Yeah. I saw them a couple times at House of Blues here in Chicago. Great show.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. That's my list. I'll pass it off to Chris. Let's keep this rolling. But that's been some good music so far. Some good albums.
Yeah, good list, man. Nice.
All right. I'm going to start off with a Dink disclaimer.
Nice.
There's a album that was released in this time period that is on my Island albums by the Mars Volta that I decided.
Well, I thought for sure you're having it.
I thought you were going to go there again.
Yeah.
No, I decided to go to other music. I did what Joe said you did, basically bands, music that I still listen to that were released at that time. And some of them kind of surprised me when I looked at my list and how often I listened and how many songs I listened to by a couple of these bands.
Yeah.
And I think if it's a surprise, it's going to be because I haven't mentioned these bands, I don't think, before.
Yeah.
So, first off, my first band, number 4, not number 1, number 4, is Franz Ferdinand's debut, Franz Ferdinand.
Wow.
Nice.
And not the guy that got assassinated at the start of World War I.
Right.
So with Franz Ferdinand, there's a bit of a theme. It's another band that I've seen live. And live, they're much harder live than they are. They're album perfect, but they're just a little bit harder, a little bit more raw. And it made me love them. Not love them, like them a lot more. I don't say I think I love this band. I like this band. I like this album a lot. And I still listen to all of the big songs off of this album. They're on playlists that I listen to. Yeah. They're another theme with me seems to be UK, Scottish, Irish bands. This is a Scottish rock band formed in Glasgow in 2002. And the album, where's my, I lost my notes. Critical reception. I know we don't always like reviewers, but BBC Music wrote that the Franz Ferdinand album, first debut album, may not be a particularly long album, but is a masterpiece of funky, punky, suave, cool. From the first track to the last track.
It is kind of funky.
I find their songs especially on this album, pretty funky. It went to number 1 in the UK independent albums, number 3 in the UK charts. It actually debuted at number 3 and stayed there for a few weeks.
Wow.
It made it to 18 on the Dutch top 100 albums.
Nice. Dutch killing it.
And so I listened to all the big songs on this album. They're still on multiple playlists. I listen to them, I don't know how often, but quite often. They've gone through a little bit of changes, but basically still the same guys, still releasing music. I have, like Dink said with Disturbed, I've kind of not kept up with them.
Yeah, but that happens.
Yeah. I found an article on the band from March 2004, from when they first started out. And apparently what they had been doing was they had taken over an abandoned warehouse in, I think it was in Glasgow. And they were holding parties and art festivals there until it got busted by the cops, and they got charged for running a illegal bar and dance club. But the charges ended up getting dropped, and a bunch of AR managers went and had seen them perform there, and that's how they ended up getting signed.
Nice.
So I think that's really cool, right?
That's cool.
That is cool, right?
Yeah.
That's all I really have for notes on them. Love the band, still listen, love their sound. They're internationally known, international hits, and I don't know. The genre killed me. What do I have for genres? Indie rock, post-punk revival, dance punk, and art rock.
Art rock. They get art rock in there as much as they can.
Art rock, yeah. And the dance punk, I don't know how it would be, but all right. Anyways, that's my notes. That's my debut. That's my number 4. That's their debut album, is Franz Ferdinand.
Nice pick.
Yeah, that's a really good pick. Whoever came up with the term art rock probably trademarked it and gets a commission off of every time somebody says it. So
right,
that guy. Oh, that's art rock. That's art rock. You gotta label them that.
But no one can describe art rock.
As for the band, like I saw this, and so it's a good pick. As I saw it, I'm like, oh, consider it for half a second. Then I'm like, do I know many of the other songs other than Take Me Out? Because Take Me Out was one of my, back when ringtones were a big deal on my flip phone, I had Chevelle's Vitamin R for my major ringtone, and Take Me Out, I don't know why I did this, but Take Me Out was all the females in my phone. So when Take Me Out, when it went din 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 din, I'm like, oh, chick's calling me, and my wife would be like, what? Someone I worked with, it might have been my sister, it could have been, it was any girl. I was like, I don't know why I did that. It was fucking weird. But yeah, I love that song, and I think Jimmy, you and I, back to reality shows, I think we talked about it with Rockstar in Excess. That Marty Casey did a great version of Take Me Out on that show too, right? Yeah, I love that song particularly, but the album itself I couldn't put on my list because I didn't know enough of the tracks.
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 songs of theirs that are on my list. I think my favorite is I had to look at because I couldn't remember the Dark of the Manatee, because it's like such a weird name.
Seacow.
But This Fire is a good song too.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Awesome.
Again, a band that I liked more once I saw live. I went with, and that was the other thing. I went with a group of people that I'd never gone to a concert before, and ended up having a blast. It was a group of people that I worked with at the museum. They don't work. Actually, the guy Ryan used to play for the Halifax Mooseheads in the Quebec Major Junior League. He introduced me to my wife.
He's the one that set you up with Christy.
He's the one who introduced me to my wife, Christy. They went to school together. Him and I went with his wife and another friend to this concert because they needed a 4th. I'm like, I'll go. And I was like, I'm like, I know one song. I'm like, this is fucking awesome.
Right, that's awesome though, right?
The band that opened for him was the Born Ruffians.
Oh wow,
which is a Canadian band, and they're from Midland, Ontario.
Right.
And they hadn't released an album yet either at the time. They were not signed, I don't think, anywhere, and weren't well known at all. I'm not a huge fan of theirs, but they've had mild success too. Yeah. That's all right. Take a drink.
No, right
good.
on.
That is my number 4.
Nice pick.
My number 3 is Hot Fuss by the Killers.
Oh,
This was
wow.
on my short list. This one was on my short list.
I was wondering if anybody might actually have this in there. Band from Vegas. They've got a lot of hits.
Yep.
Mr. Brightside. Somebody told me all the things that I've done. Smile Like You Mean It. The title track is it? What is it called? Jenny Was a Friend of Mine. That's probably my favorite song. And I didn't realize till today that it's a part of a trilogy about a short story about a murder, a made up murder. Yeah, with 2 other songs.
Made up murder? Is that what you said?
Yeah. It's not a real murder. It's a story.
Okay.
It's a short story, but made up over 3 songs. Okay. And I only found that out today when I was looking at notes on it. And
that's pretty cool.
What the other 2 songs were, but here it is. The songs Midnight Show and Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, which is my favorite song of the album, and the title track, are 2 parts of a so-called murder trilogy detailing a fictional story of a woman who her jealous boyfriend murders. The first part, Leave the Bourbon on the Shelf, appears on the band's B-Sides and Rarities compilation, Sawdust.
That's cool. I love finding those little nuggets that you didn't know during the research. That just makes it so much cooler.
Especially since I've been listening to so many of these songs on this album, and I've never done a look or a dive. I've never seen the band in, right? Like, I didn't bother to look at any of it.
I'm the same way with most stuff. I'm like, holy shit, how did I not know this? And I think we've seen that in other shows. Wow, if we're not teaching anyone anything, I'm learning a whole bunch of new shit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, exactly. I'm getting learning shit from you guys, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Went number 4 in Canada Billboard. Number 1 UK independent, number 1 UK albums, number 7 US Billboard 200, number 12 in the UK R&B albums.
Wow.
7
for you guys. So it was big for you guys then too.
Yeah.
Number 46 on the Dutch Top 100.
Wow.
Number 1 in Australia. Yeah.
We love the Dutch, man.
And I think I saw something like by 2012 they had over 7 million albums sold on just that album alone.
Wow. Yeah, that was a monster album.
And I love his voice. I like the way and all the live. They do a lot of live stuff too. I like all of it. Number 3. Anybody else?
I can honestly say I'm so. So what have we ever said there's been a bad pick? No, I wouldn't say this is bad. This is a great pick.
It's a good pick for you.
Mr. Brightside killed them for me. I got so sick of Mr. Brightside that I didn't want to hear them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should probably go back because I liked some of those other songs.
So,
and you know what I mean?
Jenny Was a Friend of Mine kind of remind me of Richard Marx Hazard just because of the storyline, right? Like,
right.
Do you know, right? Hazard talking, right? But it doesn't sound like that at all. It's you should check that song out. Maybe you'll like that.
I will for sure.
I get what you're saying with Brightside.
I thought Jenny Was a Friend of Mine might have been written by Jimmy. So I have no issue. Sure. Fuck.
Well, I actually saw them once. I didn't know that I was going to be seeing them. We went and saw Dane Cook at the Allstate Arena here in Illinois, and he had an opening act, a female comedian that something happened where she couldn't make a couple shows, and somebody knew somebody who brought the Killers on, and they came and played. Right?
Somebody told me.
Right? That's where I was trying to go with that, but I forgot the lyrics.
Somebody told me.
Somebody told me the Killers would be there.
Yeah, they came on and they played 4 songs, and it was in the round, so that was really cool. The stage kind of spun, and it's a really small venue, so I think it seats like 7,000 people, so or maybe a little more.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
Yeah, and they opened up with that song, and I was like, is this a cover band? Oh wow, this is the real band.
Really done.
A real band.
Oh, they're a really good cover band.
I mean,
they sound just like them.
Right? The 4 songs they played, they were pretty awesome. I mean, I'm not a huge super fan, but I do enjoy that album.
Right.
It didn't escape me. Here's a band that didn't escape me.
Right.
I'm
included.
It surprised me when I was looking, and you know, I knocked 2 bands off, so these 2 bands were added, right? So let's be honest. But it surprised me how many of their songs I listened to. When I looked at like my likes playlist, and I'm like, holy fuck. There's like 7 of them in here. There's 8 in here.
I gotta include the Killers.
Right? And because at first I'm like, can I put them on there? I'm like, well, obviously I can fucking put them on there. I listened way more than I thought I did. Yeah.
That's a great pick.
Yeah, nice.
Number 2, I thought everybody else would have, is Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park.
Oh, I wanted to put it on there so fucking bad.
Got it today.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's one of those albums that you stop and remember where you were.
Yeah.
I remember where I was listening to it. So long story short, I worked for Sears doing security. We had our Christmas party in Markham. I lived in Aurelia, which is an hour away. Stayed at the hotel where the party was. When I was getting ready for work the next morning, I had Much Music on, and this song came on, and I'm like, "What in the fuck is this?"
It was One Step Closer.
One Step Closer was on, and so when the HMV, which was the music store, opened in the mall that morning, I immediately went down and bought the DVD or the CD. And played it in the office while I was at work that day, and fell in love with the fucking album immediately.
Love that album. Those first
immediately fell in love with the 4 hits and oh my god! And then later, Dink and I saw them in concert.
Yeah,
right.
I never got to.
With who were they with? Was it Deftones?
Mudvayne, Deftones,
Deftones, Linkin Park, Metallica.
Are you
Limp Bizkit, Metallica?
Limp Bizkit, Metallica. That's right. Yeah.
The 5 Skin.
And we were doing BTs in the seats at the Rogers Center.
We were, and we missed Mudvayne. We were waiting to get in. People getting their purses checked.
Lost my and I lost my sunglasses in the fucking washroom because they were on my hat. And I just taken a piss.
And Linkin Park borderline stole the show. They were so good.
I was gonna say that. That's in my notes. Crumple up paper, throw it away. They stole the show.
Crumple
they
paper,
were so good.
Yeah, you don't have to do it now. Just crumple up paper.
Just say it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like clutch the pearl. Just crumple paper, throw it away. Stole the show. I don't have a lot of notes because that it's just a core memory thing for me, this whole band. And I got to be honest, when Chester died, I don't know that I cried, but there's been a couple of musicians that passed. Jimmy, you talked about it in one of our episodes with you, but I had a hard time going back. It took a while to go back and listen to their music for me. Some like when Gord from Tragically Hip passed away, I went for a ride and listened to Tragically Hip music for like hours.
Yeah.
Right.
When Chester passed, for some reason, I'm like, I can't listen to that right now. I tried a few times, and it took me a couple of months before I could go back and listen.
It was weird. I know. I was kind of the same. It's funny how that happens, right? Where you're like I don't know. I have some notes because it was my, if we had honorable mentions, we say it every show since we've cut those. So it was my 5th that I cut to slide another one in. So yeah, I have a little bit of notes. It debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200. I have a core memory with One Step Closer as well. And the album was obviously out. They'd passed me. It wasn't out that long, but I was watching NFL on a Sunday, and they had it in pregame, like CBS, ABC, and one of the fucking shows, because I watch all of them. Had it in a montage of shit in the preseason because it was at the beginning of the season. I was like, "What the fuck is that song?" Never mind the games. What's that song?
Yeah. Same reaction.
And like some people that don't like this style of music probably hate it because they hate rap rock, and they don't get Chester can actually sing or could actually sing. He wasn't just a screamer. Such a great voice, right? Like,
you ever hear the cover of Adele's Rolling in the Deep?
I was just gonna say that.
So good.
My chill, like I get goose pimples on my legs, like fucking, right? Goose pimples on my legs. Just thinking about it, I'm getting it right now.
And I got goosebumps. You talked about his death, like how he died or he killed himself on Cornell's birthday, and how their relationship together. Like, it's just kind of the whole fucking thing is creepy. but then it's almost poetic,
sad.
like, you know what I mean? It's poetically sad, but
right. Yeah.
It's for both of them. So they kind of like, I couldn't really listen to Audioslave or Soundgarden for a little while after Cornell died, even though I tried. And same with Linkin Park. And then if you go even a step further, now that they have the new singer, and I don't know her name, she's fucking good.
She's really good.
The new stuff is so good. What's her name?
Emily Armstrong.
Okay. Her new that's so good. And I'm so happy for those guys that they can continue on. And then you read comments, they're like, oh, it's not fucking Chester. I'm like, well, clearly they're going to sing old Linkin Park when they're in concert, but they're singing their new stuff. Let her fucking be. And like, who gives a fuck? Shut up.
They were here a couple of weeks ago, and I know 2 people that went to the show, and they said she was fucking amazing live. Like,
yeah,
her voice sounds great. Like, she doesn't sound like him. She's not trying to be like, she sings it.
No, but she can scream a little bit like him. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
well, the thing is, though, that's how she's always sang. I mean, she was the lead singer of Dead Sarah for years. You know,
okay, so you knew her. Okay, so
I
didn't know who she was.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I like her. I like
my
her
drummer back in the day. He's like, dude, you gotta listen to this band because he knows how I like female singers, and she has an amazing voice. You gotta check out this band, Dead Sarah. Yeah, she's got an amazing voice. So when I remember the reveal, I watched the reveal. I'm like, holy shit! Well, that makes perfect sense because she matches them so well. She doesn't have to worry about sounding like Chester. She's got an amazingly powerful voice that's her own.
They both have one unique voices.
Yeah.
Like they're both very unique, right?
Yeah, they both can sing and scream at the same time.
Yeah. And like Mike Shinoda and the rest of the guys can continue to play because they played a few small things without Chester, right? And Mike would let the crowd sing Chester's part and stuff. I've seen some clips, which was really like almost like tear worthy, you know what I mean? Like how important that band is to the fans, right? But it just wasn't the same. So it's cool they can go on, and life goes on. Life goes on, right? Music should go on.
They also made me Jay-Z fans,
right?
Because when they did that, that album blew me away too.
That album was fantastic, right? If you didn't like Jay-Z, right? You know, suddenly
I didn't know anything about him really, except for like 99 Problems, maybe.
Yeah.
And then that came out. I'm like, this is fucking cool.
Yeah, I'm back to not really giving a shit about him because of Beyonce.
Well,
but whatever.
Again. Yeah, no, agreed. But I still care about Linkin Park.
Yeah, me too.
I had this on my list. It was number 3 for the longest time. So much so I had full list of notes, and I was like, someone else is going to have this, so I'm going to take my opportunity.
I was the same way, so I cut it and I left my notes just in
Linkin
case.
Park notes.
Well, I mean, how could you not? This album was so revolutionary. Not just the rap rock thing, just the sound, everything. I don't even like people call them new metal. I don't think they're new metal. I think they're just Linkin Park.
Yeah,
they fit because of the confluence. Of
I know.
Yeah, and the time frame.
For me, though, they still all the new metal bands are the only band that has their own unique sound.
New metal, rap rock, alternative metal, alternative rock.
Art metal, art rock, art metal, art
reggaeton, revival.
And the only reason why I can easily cut them.
I didn't have a lot of notes because I figured there'd be a lot of notes amongst you guys. Right?
That's the same thing. I was like with Joe. Okay, I'll cut them because someone else will have them. And then I thought, okay, their debut is really good. If it was sophomore albums, they would not be over. I love Meteora more than Hybrid Theory. So
love it. Yes,
love it. I like Meteora would if we were doing a sophomore. I don't want to give us any more crazy ideas, but sophomore albums. Fuck.
Yeah, man. I'll say this. So I still prefer the name Hybrid Theory than I do Linkin Park. Yeah, that was their original name.
I think that I was going to say that was their original band name, right?
I think it's a cool name, but whatever. Yeah, this album was so influential. I still, for a while, longest time. So way back in the day, Joe used to be a teacher. In 2001, a year after this album came out, this album got played to death in my classroom by students. I couldn't listen to it for the longest time. I went from loving it to like, I can, guys, really?
If I hear in the end one more
other
time,
bands?
I might kill myself. My sister, I also might kill myself.
But I'll say this. Yeah, Chester. I think he is probably sacrilegious to STP fans because I love STP, and I love STDs.
I love STDs.
I love STP, and
I want to know I love STDs.
They were
I blew a vein.
They were a favorite band of Chester's, and so he joined them for an EP. And I think that 5-song EP is their best 5 songs.
That's awesome.
So good. I know.
So good.
Fuck, he was such a great singer.
Yeah. Yep. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But you know what? Unlike other people, when they announced they're going to keep going on, I'm glad they did because.
Yeah, me too.
Just again, being a minor musician, I could never stop. Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep going. I mean, this is what you do. It's what you love. You gotta keep going.
I mean, life goes on. The music should go on.
Yeah.
It's a shame when bands don't. And we did Queen a few episodes ago, and we talked about Deacon couldn't. Right? You know what I mean? Like some musicians can't. Some fans can't go on. No, I don't want to listen anymore without that other guy. But whatever. The music.
I think that's the negative comments about Linkin Park. I think that's what's really going on.
Yeah,
without
Chester, they're not Linkin Park.
Have made comments on their Facebook about it.
Yeah, and I'm that way with Fleetwood Mac. No Lindsay, no Fleetwood, but the show must go on.
The truth is that those people that were like, she's never going to replace Chester, they weren't going to buy a ticket anyway.
They weren't going to,
right?
No. So, my salute to them.
Right.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
So it's easy to complain.
Yeah.
So
meanwhile, they released that album and 5 of the tracks we hit the charts.
Yeah.
Their new one, right?
It's a good album, man. It's a very good album.
Really good, yeah.
We hijacked you, man. I think you have another one.
Yeah, I think I do.
Oh shit, you have another one? I thought that was your last one. Okay, sorry.
No, that was 2. Well, I mean, we can skip the number 1 if you want.
No, I want to hear it.
Number 1 was mentioned in the beginning when we were talking CanCon.
David Archuleta.
It is Billy Talent.
It is Billy Talent.
It is Billy Talent. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if I've told this story before, but Billy Talent used to work at Edge 102. Edge 102 is the radio station that Rush wrote the song "Spirit of Radio" about.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, I think I remember.
And he used to be producer or something on the afternoon show. It might have been the Brother Bill show. I can't remember which one it was. But I was listening. I used to listen to Edge 102 all the time.
Is that the guy that you used to knock on the window and go watch in the window? Is that the same?
Yeah. You could go and watch them. Yeah. You could walk up in the street and just go watch them do their show. He interviewed people, play music. So I was listening the day. Ben Kwolowitz, the lead singer of what was Pez, then turned into Billy Talent, which is based on a character from the novel Hardcore Logo. So the DJ said, this is the last day for Ben, our producer. He's going to try and make a thing out of this rock and roll thing. His band, Billy Talent's going to go and try and see if they can be a success. And lo and behold, they're a success.
They're a success.
Right. Ben had met a woman called Jen Hurst while he was working at 102.1, and she later got hired by Warner Music Canada in A&R and ended up getting signed by Atlantic Records.
Damn, nice.
Through his connections working at 102. They were a band that put together when they were in high school, originally called Pez, but had to change name because there's a band in the States called Pez that there was paperwork showing that they had the name first. Blah, blah, blah.
Also a candy.
Yeah, and also a candy. Not a very good candy. I've never really liked
the dispensers are always much better than the candy.
Yeah,
exactly. It's the dispensers that you go for, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember getting a Tasmanian Devil one to match my Tasmanian Devil tattoo because I was that guy. First year of college, I looked like an idiot, but whatever. The album had 4 singles that were success in Canada. I don't know how much they played in the US. Try Honesty, The X, River Below, and Nothing to Lose. They're described as, I don't know if I even want to look at this. Punk rock, alternative rock, post-hardcore, pop punk.
Post-hardcore.
Go back to the beginning of the episode. People.
Right. Fuck.
Right. I'm trying to find where it charted, and I'm not finding charts. Chart positions. Here we go. U.S. Billboard top 200, 194.
Yeah, so barely broke for you guys.
But that Heat Seekers, that Dink, was it you that brought up Heat Seekers?
Yeah, Heat Seekers. That was new to me, actually, this episode.
Number 11.
Right.
U.S. Heat Seekers. Canadian albums number 6.
Was that a 10-year period of the Heat Seekers? And that, because is that chart even around now? I don't know.
So it only went silver in the U.S., but it is 4 times platinum in Canada. It is a huge album in Canada.
Yeah, they're big here.
Huge band here. They're massive, and I love them. And I remember listening to that album start to finish on driving to Minnesota to go see Christy, driving up north to see my parents. I just put it on and I listened to it. I listen to them still monthly. Although I think their second album is my favorite album, which is, I think it's Billy Talent. Yeah. Billy Talent 2.
But Try Honesty and River Below, I love those tracks like so much.
River Below is amazing. Oh. You guys should, if you don't know Billy Talent,
you don't know these guys. They're worth a listen. They're
I wrote it down.
I used to, for some reason, and it doesn't even make sense, but I don't know if it was his appearance, kind of like Anthony Kiedis. So I used to think they were kind of like a heavy Canadian Chili Peppers, which doesn't really equate, doesn't really make sense. It was just my own. My own thing.
Hot Canuck peppers.
Yeah.
Canuck peppers.
The hot.
I don't even know who I would compare them to.
Yeah, they don't really have a equivalent really that jumps out.
I have the answer to Heat Seekers if you guys want it.
Yeah.
Is it DC related?
It's not. Heat Seekers charts were breaking and entering music charts, air quotes there, issued weekly by Billboard magazine. The Heat Seekers albums and the Heat Seekers songs charts were introduced by Billboard in 91 with the purpose of highlighting sales by new and developing musical recording acts. Discontinued in 2014.
All right.
So, short-lived chart.
I'm laughing at my own brain. As soon as you said breaking and entering, I immediately thought about Dane Cook, because you just mentioned Dane Cook, and he had a thing in one of his comedy shows. Like somebody said, "Let's do a B&E," and he's like, "Oh, I love bacon and eggs." No, let's do a break and enter. Well, anyway,
fuck bees. Fuck
their first album was Billy Talent. Their second album was Billy Talent 2. Their third album was Billy Talent 3.
Oh,
and then they started to actually name their albums, stuff like that.
They were really original there at the beginning.
Yeah.
But Billy Talent 2, which is the next album, is the album like more 700,000 outlets worldwide, 4 times platinum.
Nice.
Canada. Right. Anyways.
700,000, not lowly 50,000 like Nunu's.
Yeah, and fucking Nuno.
Right. Nuno in Japan. He's big in Japan.
Huge in Japan.
Yeah, they're big in Japan.
Not the Netherlands though.
Right.
Yeah, I don't really have much more on that.
That was great. That was a fucking great list, right? Like, because if you're going to sit around listening to Linkin Park and Billy Talent, that works for me.
Hey, life could be worse.
Right.
So,
sorry, and pass it off to Jimmy.
I plan on doing a dive on Jet from Joe's list and Billy Talent. So that's kind of this list. It wasn't super hard. It was finding something outside of the norm. I immediately, on my first list, I had Disturbed. I had Linkin Park. And I had my number 4, which will be coming up right away. And then just, we talk about all the time, to you guys, the viewers and listeners, about how we don't tell each other our lists, but we tease and we kind of, ask weird questions to kind of see where they're going. And, we've talked about how we don't mind having samesies, especially with a 1-act show, because it's inevitable. But when we have these big vague shows, driving songs, lyrics, debut albums, we kind of want to have 20 different songs that we talk about. So from the just basic vague conversations, I pulled Disturbed, I pulled Linkin Park, because I just kind of figured, I know Joe really liked them and was really excited when the new singer, I think he said Emily, he's like, oh, check this out. He sent me a video and he was all excited telling me all about it. So I kind of thought he was going to go. I kind of figured that Dink and Chris were going to have it. So I just pulled it off of there because I wanted to talk about someone different. So that's my Dink disclaimer. So the one band that I ignored that I have talked about several times on this podcast, from a conversation last night, I was blatantly told that this band was not going to be used, so I pulled it back in, and it's a fucking perfect circle. Meridian Arms. This is a gold fucking album.
Glad I made it, because I was like, if this doesn't make it, holy fuck.
I have talked about opening tracks, which I think was our third show or fourth show. The Hollow. It is one of my favorite songs to this day, just the way it starts out. Judith. Oh, such a beautiful song. Three Libras. The acoustic guitar in this and the way it's played and how it's Maynard James. What's that?
How he sings it, yeah.
Maynard James Keenan. He doesn't do a Tool sound to this, and he really is art rock on this for sure. Josh Freese, fuck Foo Fighters, is amazing. I'm just a huge fan of Josh Freese.
Triple F.
What's that?
3 F's and 3 F's.
Right? Billy Howardell. He was actually the guitar tech for Nine Inch Nails, the Pumpkins, Fishbone, and Tool. And Maynard kind of befriended him and said, hey, well, let's go fuck around with some music. And boom, APC was born. James Iha from Smashing Pumpkins has been in and out of the lineup. I could go about the lineup forever. I'm a huge fan of this band. I love all different versions of it. The last album I think we talked about recently, wasn't a big fan of that album, but By and Down the Rivers, God, such an amazing song. I put that on another show that we had.
Yeah.
But this first album, it is so it's fluid. It's beautiful. I said this on the Hollow episode, is they're the first rock band to have a debut album at number 1. The first and only to do that. So they have that going for them, which is really kind of cool. They still flirt with the idea of putting another album out. There's a hearsay about that. This album, number 81 on the Dutch charts, got it in there again. Canada, number 5. So fucking killed it across the northern border there. Platinum in Canada, 100,000 sales.
Rock.
In America, 1.2 million. So they got platinum there. I mean, just amazing. I love this album. If you have never taken the time, I'm talking to the listeners and viewers, if you've never taken the time to listen to A Perfect Circle, this is the best gateway drug to this band you could ever have. It's fucking beautiful. It's fluid. All sorts of cool themes and concepts and just beautiful music. That's my number 4. I got it on there.
Solid.
Yeah, obviously this was on my short list. I mean, again, I thought someone else would have this album because
we all played that game, right?
Yeah, we've all acknowledged our love for Tool, right? And so I knew somebody, and we've talked about Perfect Circle before in the past. So I knew somebody was going to have this. So thank you, Jimmy, for having this, because it was on my short list, and I love this album.
I got so excited when I won't say the name. Said, no, it's not on my list.
You won't say the name.
So yeah. You were speaking of the Tool.
Yeah.
Tool is now our 5th best, most viewed on YouTube episode. So thank you guys for watching. Oh my God,
awesome.
that's so awesome to see that number climb. And thank you so much. We're glad you're here with us. All right.
Thank you.
Number 3, to a band that you may have heard of, but probably have never listened to. I'm a big fan of this band. They're new metal, post metal, whatever. They're more progressive than they are new metal. They're a UK band. Bullet for My Valentine. I'm just big fan of these guys. They get really hit from the reviewers. I can't remember where it was, but one reviewer from Stylist magazine said, "Made for the provincial 15-year-old to get violent with each other." So, I mean, they really get shit on. Their first
was that a boomer who wrote that?
Right.
Stylist magazine. I can't imagine that a boomer.
Well, a stylist, that sounds pretentious right there anyhow. Right. So me and my records.
I think I brought them up in another show. I said, if you give a shit about what they say.
Right?
Stylist magazine.
I just thought that was a cool quote. But the album, it's called The Poison. Excuse me. The best song on the album is Tears Don't Fall. And the next album they came out with, they put Tears Don't Fall Part 2, which is a variant of the first one, but a conclusion to the song. The song is just about loss and being angry about loss. So the Tears Don't Fall. They forced him, Matt Tuck, the singer and guitar player, to move on from that pain. And part 2 is the reality of moving on from that pain and realizing that you're really in pain and you're stuck in a hole. So there's 2 concepts to that song. But this drummer, Michael Thomas, he's so fucking creative. He does a lot with small spaces. I mean, he's not Mike Portnoy. He's not Neil Peart. But what he does hits hard and very direct at an exact moment where he needs to hit hard and direct. So I guess most people listening to music can tell when something happens that's jarring and needs to be jarring in that moment. So he's kind of the pinnacle for that statement. The singer Matthew Tuck has just an awesome voice. It's a little nasally, but I think that might be the UK accent that he sings with. But I really love this band. I could go on, but it just U.S. Billboard 128, number 1 in the UK rock and metal. U.S. they hit the gold certificate or certification. Sorry, at 500,000 sales. So wasn't a real big album, but it was big enough. Just love it. Check out Bullet for My Valentine. I'm a big fan.
I can be honest, I forgot about these guys, but nice pick. I'll say this: we've been talking about bands and their first names of the band. I prefer the first name they had of the band, which was Jeff Killed John.
I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
I want to know the story behind that.
That's funny. I can honestly say what you said in your intro to this pick kind of fits me, and I've tried. I have listened to very minimal amounts of their music, so I'm familiar with who they are. But and I like to pride myself in being a music fan. We all do. That's why we do this. I couldn't name a song.
Right.
Same.
Right. I'm the
off
same.
Any album.
Same.
But I wouldn't say, oh, they're terrible. Because I remember what I have listened to is okay. Right up my alley, right? I just never stayed with. I'm like, all right, move on to the next heavy band, and that's that, right?
But that being said, though, it's such a pick that I wouldn't have thought you would have had. That I have to go back and revisit them now.
Yeah, I want to go listen to them. So.
Me too.
I'm a big fan of these. So much so that I got my my middle kid Maddox. He's a metalhead, so I got him really deep with this. So Nice. Everyone that has kids, there's usually one kid that kind of falls in line to your music tastes. That's Maddox.
I hope to.
Maddox is the one who steals my CDs and can I
Still
borrow
waiting.
this? Yeah, and I never see it again.
Right.
So I am like his Columbia House.
You never get it back either, do you?
Right. I need a penny.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me at least a penny.
Right. Penny plus shipping and handling.
Right. Yeah, you can bill me for the rest.
Yep. So all right. So I'll move on. Chris was talking about how, and Joe a little bit too, about how this list was going to be comprised of what we currently listen to. This third band, it's a Hollywood celebrity and his brother. I am such a huge fan of the first 4 albums. I will play them all they're in their entirety, and I got all of my kids to like 30 Seconds to Mars.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
I knew that's where you're going. I was pretty sure anyway.
Yep.
I'm just a huge fan. I've heard and read that Jared Leto, and it is Leto, not Leto.
It is Leto.
No, this Leto, yeah.
Leto was on Drumeo and fucking blew my mind. He is such an amazing drummer, so creative. His counts, the way he does his phrasings and his metering is just fucking mind-blowing. I love this band. This first album, A Beautiful Lie, 2005. Most well known for the song The Kill. Which is the video is The Shining. They recreated The Shining in the furry in room 321.
Yeah, it's cool.
Just it's kind of a breath of fresh air with the modern rock or metal that was happening at the time, because again, artistic art rock, it was awesome. And then they have a beautiful side, A Beautiful Lie, From Yesterday, Attack. Those are the 4 big songs on this album. The follow-up album, This Is War. Love that album. So I'm just a huge
He's got a really awesome voice.
Incredible voice. Incredible voice. One of the things I found that I didn't know before, doing the research, is on this first album, when they manufactured the CDs, they put in golden tickets in X amount of the CDs. These golden tickets were redeemable for life for admittance to any 30 Seconds to Mars concert while the band was still active.
Wow.
I did not find an actual number of how many of these golden tickets were released, but if you got one, how fucking cool. Now, really the downside of that is they predominantly play in Europe. They do not play much in America. They did an American leg just this last time because their music changed and they're trying to get their fans back, but they primarily play in Europe. I fucking adore this band. So some numbers on these guys. This first album, number 31 in the Dutch charts, number 36 on the US Billboard 200, number 9 on the Top Rock. Here's a new chart. Are you ready? Number 20 on the Mexican charts.
Oh, nice. The Mexicans have come into play. Nice.
Yep. So another cool thing is the first album was recorded on 4 different continents in 5 different countries over a 3-year period. So it took time to put that together.
No shit.
Yeah. So
was any of it done in a panic room?
Not that I'm aware of. We'd have to ask the Leto brothers.
You'd have to ask Jodie Foster.
Right? So, yeah, I mean, this Jared, obviously an immense talent. I don't know if you guys are fans of his acting. He does a great job, except for when he plays the Joker. I love most of the stuff he's in. I mean,
I love Panic Room. That's why I brought it up. Dwight Yoakam and old Crazy Eye. What's his name there?
Hey, Dwight Yoakam, Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Go back to the Queen episode.
Crazy Eye from Forrest Whitaker. Yeah.
So, okay, that's my number 2. You guys have any notes on 30 Seconds to Mars?
No, that's a good pick. That's actually more what I would have expected. Bullet for the other one was no, it's a good pick, man. I like and I know 30 Seconds to Mars a lot more than I know the last.
I made you stutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not pouring another drink.
Like I said with your last pick,
I'd like to thank the Academy for this award.
30 Seconds to Mars kind of fell off my radar, so I'm going to go back and do a deep dive on these guys.
They do.
You've tried that.
You do that.
I'm having a problem speaking, so I probably should stop.
I've really thrown you off today.
They do good covers as well. Do.
Doggy.
All right. So, in an effort to make this a little shorter, because we're running a little long here, my number one, I adore this band so much. I wanted to hate them when they went soft, got rid of the rock edge, and went pop. But I'm back in, and I love their whole catalog. And the lead singer has got one of the best overall voices. She can do no wrong. She is just fluid. She kills it. And she's a cutie too. This is Paramore.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I fucking love Paramore so much. And I have gotten so much shit from my metalhead friends that I am a big Paramore fan.
All we know is Falling.
Oh, they're great. They're fucking great.
On my list, baby, is on my short list.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually what I would have expected from Joe, not you. So that's good.
I had an ex-girlfriend that got me into them. She was really into them.
Yeah.
Great
All we know
voice.
is Falling.
Yeah. I love her voice.
Yeah.
All we know is Falling, 2005. The two big songs are Pressure and Emergency.
Yeah.
Haley Williams, the voice of an angel, the drummer. I can't speak enough about Zach Farrow. He was with them for the first, I believe, 4 albums and then left. They had a stand-in drummer. I don't know his name. I probably should have researched it. But that drummer in his own right was fucking amazing. But then Zach came back the very next day. The genre, the genres of Paramore. Are you ready for this?
Oh yeah, this should be fun.
Is it
all right?
Baroque rock or
rock?
Rock.
So they have 4 genres. They are pop punk, emo, pop rock, and alt rock.
No art though, eh?
No art. I thought there would be art.
Could we just say rock?
On the first album, based on there's a reason I said those genres. The Alternative Press, AP, as they're known, described Paramore's sound as vaguely emo, but mostly mall punk.
Mall punk.
Vaguely emo.
What is mall punk? Is that like Avril? Is Avril mall punk?
I don't know. Ask AP.
That's again a new one I don't understand. It's like,
Tiffany and Debbie Gibson mall punk.
Right? Again, it's another fucking genre.
It's not even a real genre. It's fucking bullshit.
I mean, obviously that was a backsided compliment, but
dining room rock, like fuck.
There's another quote that I found kind of funny. If you're familiar with Haley Williams, she talks about relationships and a bit of internal anger and combustion towards people who have hurt her. Music Critics, it's a website called Music Critics, says it's obvious that someone has done Williams wrong based on her lyrics. I love these guys so much. The follow-up album to this, Riot, just amazing. There's so many cool things. They can do a lot. They can really do a lot. And she has such a spectacular voice. She was sought after by a bunch of record labels at 15. She got signed at 16 to, oh shit, where did I put it? I lost it. I want to say Atlantic Records. But she wanted to have a band. So she got the band, put the band together. She talked to Atlantic, and they said, "We'll keep you signed, but any band that you're in, we're going to have to put you to one of our smaller labels." And that is Fueled by Ramen. So she was signed by Atlantic. The band was signed by Fueled by Ramen. And the band was not really happy about this. So she said, fuck you, I'm going to be down to Fueled by Ramen, which Paramore caused Fueled by Ramen to explode. Now they have just a bunch of different, bigger artists. That's it. That's Paramore. I pledge my love to Paramore.
That's a great pick, man. I had ramen for lunch, so I'm also fueled by ramen.
One of those
that
bands that I forget about, and then one of their songs comes up as a suggestion or hear it on the radio. I'm like, oh fuck, that's really good, and I'll listen to it. But then I forget to search them out for some reason.
Yeah, they're so good, man. I'm so glad you have this pick because again, I
love her voice.
I love her voice. Their newest album, This Is Why, is amazing.
Yeah, like I said, I thought this would have been like this is more of a Joe pick for me than you. So that's cool, right? Like,
I've been a fan since the beginning. Yeah.
And to think they've been around for 20 years already. So like, holy shit.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh? Like
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Think about that.
They're going to re-release that album. All we know is Falling for a 20-year anniversary remastered. So it's going to have a little better sound quality to it.
Yeah, they already did. Yeah, the deluxe version. The deluxe version. Yeah, it already did. Yeah.
Yep.
And like 30 Seconds to Mars, they do cool covers too. Like some bands are just really good at it. I actually used it in one of our social clips. Like they do a Talking Heads Burning Down the House cover, which is fucking awesome.
They do a bunch of covers live too, man.
Yeah.
And they are amazing live.
She could sing the phone book. Like
yeah.
No shit.
Live, they're tight as hell. Sorry, Jimmy, go ahead.
No, I was just going to let you talk. Another cool thing that they do when they are, when they come to your town, they search out a local band that is kind of hip and hopping, and they go and see that band. And if they gel with the band, they're going to bring one of those musicians on stage with them.
Nice.
So they promote. Lower level bands. Not that they're shit bands, but they're up and coming, fledgling, up and coming. So they do a lot to promote, and they will bring some of these bands on tour for a show or two, and
that's cool.
Yeah, they promote from within, if you will. So all right,
good call.
Nice list, man.
Yep, good list.
So this list on the surface I thought was really vague and just, all right, let's go through the motions. Oh shit, this is really cool. Oh yeah, this all right. Oh, this is awesome. I got so excited. And it just kind of goes to show you that, looking at something on the surface, you might not be attracted to it, but when you dig deep into something, you find gold and you have a lot to talk about. Mm-hmm. So that's my closing. Do you guys have any closing notes?
Not really. This is a great list. I had a lot of fun putting this list together. I mean, more fun than I thought of because, like I said, I knew probably two of the albums I had, but all the albums that were trying to get into my top 5, I listened to them over and over again just because they're great albums. But I was like, God, and literally listening to albums more than once just because I'm like, okay, I got to find a reason. How can I get this thing in number 4? Like I was rooting for these albums. I couldn't get into my number 4.
Yeah,
right. So, I'll piggyback that. This is definitely one of the shows where I listen to a lot more music than other shows.
Yeah.
Going in, right? Like some shows are just like, this is that and that's that, and I'm fucking done. Work on my notes. This one's like, I listen to so much music. I'm like trying to get shit on that list, right? Like, fuck, can we bring back honorable mentions for this one?
Right.
Our shows are already too long.
Right.
We have to go to a top 3.
Right.
We got rid of
number 1
extra pick, or in some cases 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But we're still doing 1.5 hours sometimes, and probably in this case a 2-hour show.
We're pushing 2 in this one, yes.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
Peace out, bitches.
Go fuck yourself.
Right, go fuck yourself. See ya. Thank you guys for coming along with this ride of our idiocy and our music loves and likes, and sometimes thank you so much. We could do this without you, but there would be no audience. So we're glad that you're there to listen to us and talk to you. Hit the bell like AC/DC, click, like, subscribe, and please leave your comments, your lists. We love seeing your lists. There's a handful of people out there that do it every week. And we thank you. We love you so much. Visit JustRankPod.com. And with that, I'll let you guys close it out.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Just Ranked is researched and produced by the Just Ranked crew. Edited and mixed by Joe Burkle. Socials and marketing by DJR Media Services. Theme music by Blue Joker. If you're enjoying the show, please set your podcast app to download new episodes and help spread the word by leaving a review and tell everyone you know to listen.